Alrighty. Mic check. Hello? Alright. Okay. We're both here, so welcome to a Newbie's Life episode 3, where the only thing I've done that wasn't on, like, the recording is I just cleaned up my inventory and bought myself the next round of equipment. But before we get started today, I just kind of wanted to give a big thank you to, I don't know, the many nameless faces that have decided to tune into the series for whatever reason. It's pretty mind-blowing for a channel with 13 subscribers to hit almost triple digits on a video, so I definitely appreciate it. That being said, feel like if people are that interested, I'll just keep making them because I actually do enjoy my time in this game, and when I can bring my co-host here to suffer with me, so much the better.
Woohoo!
Well, once you get a PC, we'll actually I wonder if you could use a controller to play this game. Anyway, never mind. Let's not do that experiment right now.
You don't want to completely waste everybody's time trying to do tech support?
Well, no, we got the controller thing set. We got the thing set up, but I don't know how it would work with this game. I've never tried it, and my phone can't. My phone can't run this game. Trust me, I've tried.
My phone could. I don't know. Note 9 isn't too powerful, but it's not half bad either.
Oh, mine is a Motorola Play from 2020. That's why I'm like,
Your phone's newer than mine is, technically speaking.
It is, but in terms of specs, it might as well be a toaster. Like, I tried playing...
It's a Nokia without the durability.
Yeah. But what kills me is it's like Shattered Pixel Dungeon runs flawlessly, but anything that requires 3D graphics, the phone literally plays it for all of 5 minutes, tries to melt its inner components, and then shuts off.
If you're not a beta tester for that game, you should be.
For what?
Shattered Pixel Dungeon.
I'm surprised I wasn't.
I am.
Oh, wait, you mean these days?
Yeah.
I don't play.
You get access to the updates early and can test stuff out.
See, I don't play it like that. Like it's like when I'm usually like sitting around for like I guess like a job interview or whatever is when I'll pick it up. Cause
now I get my verification code. Whole 15 minutes late.
yeah, that sounds about right. So for context, me and him actually spent like 5 or 10 minutes before we even started this recording. I was helping him get his controller set up with his phone. That way he could play Pokemon Unbound without having to deal with the touchscreen.
5 or 10's generous. We're saying for a good 20-30 minutes.
No.
I'm a little stupid.
Well, I think what's funny is the second I identify your problem, all I have to say is, "Oh my god, really?" And then it's an instant fix. Same thing happened yesterday, remember? When, how to get your save file off the cloud without it, yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing...
I'm just a little stupid, and you are, what's that one VTuber that it's Ama to,
It's Amelie to Sayu, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're my Sayu.
Yeah, and the saddest part is, for all the tech support I do for every bit of people, it's like, I do have it on my resume because technically speaking, it is paid work, but I really should have everybody paid me for this crap.
You want to know the first? I don't mean it, because it sounds really bad, but you know what the first thing that popped in my head was?
What's up?
Your payment is me being your friend.
Screw you!
That sounds so much worse.
No, you know me. I know exactly what you mean, but I'm glad you said that. That was ouch. It's like how do you repay me? I tolerate you. It's like, damn. I mean, as much crap as I constantly give you about everything, fair enough, right? That does remind me, since I got my Melodious deck kind of figured out, we can actually bring in, throw hands with it now.
Hey, you could record that separately.
We could, because I'm only going to be doing this for an hour. And whatever progress...
I mean, my phone survives.
I thought you were going to charge it while I was gone, at least a little bit.
I did. It got a whole 3%.
Ooh.
It's still plugged up, but I can't tell if it's dying or charging.
Yeah, also, I really hate the fact that I have to put... I can't turn my fan off because the motor's trying to die in it, so I have to keep it running. So what I do is I just literally sit it outside my bedroom door and close it.
I don't know. I don't think my fan.
Oh God! I forgot to set my stats up, and you call yourself stupid. I'm literally wondering why I'm killing everything so slow. Is because I.
Have you not allocated? You haven't allocated any points.
No, I have not, because I was waiting until the stream or this recording to do it. Oh my God.
Yeah, you might want to.
Okay.
What does your class use?
So what I'm needing more is strength and hit rate. Stamina's kind of subjective in the way this game is built now. Like if I was gonna AoE, I'd do it, but I'm not really gonna do that with this class. It's gonna be a 1v1 because that's how a blade functions, in my opinion.
AoE sounds like my kind of playstyle for something like this.
Oh, you would be the knight from hell. I can already tell you that for a fact because it's the tankiest. It's literally the tank class.
There are no eyes in team, but there are 7 eyes, and I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball.
Fair. I don't know the build for this class. I'm just gonna go with.
We got 28.
Yeah, that'll be
fun.
That'll be fine.
That's probably about what I would have done.
Well, I'm not going to add too much dexterity to this. The only thing I need dexterity for is that way I can hit the broadside of a barn with these level 5 buffs that I'm having to rock. There we go. There's my... I'm doing almost double the damage from allocating my stat points. GG's.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let this... first half of this, or this first bit of the recording be a lesson to you all. You cannot be the sharpest knife in the kitchen drawer and still get stuff accomplished. Why is that? That is both profound and profoundly stupid.
I was wondering where you were going, that you were kind of tripping over your words there.
Well, you started talking and it started making my train of thought go very rapidly off the rails.
Did I?
Yeah, you were kind of saying something, and like my brain.
Oh.
Like I don't have
I don't remember.
You've got ADHD. I just am somebody that.
I also have short-term memory loss.
See, my problem is in my long-term memory. Like, there are 2 things I'm really bad with in terms of memory that are just never going to get any better, and those 2 things are going to be people's names and their birthdays, which are the most important things you should probably remember about people, but I couldn't tell you either. Like, the fact of your birthday...
I still don't know your birthday.
It is literally 1 month and 2 days from now.
Shit, okay, I got a map. Wait, what?
Literally...
It's the 3rd.
No,
okay, I got it.
No, it's the 5th.
Yeah, I got it.
Basically, if you want to know, just literally you could send me the happy birthday message on the 4th of July, and it still counts in my opinion, because I celebrate my birthday then. Typically. No, sadly, this particular birthday celebration is going to be super stressful, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I've decided I'm going to take off of work Friday next week and go watch How to Train Your Dragon Thursday night.
I'm assuming you have plans with somebody to watch that with, or are you just going by yourself?
I'm going by myself because I don't have friends.
I mean, I've probably got nothing to do that day.
Yeah, I got you and Dakota, and Dakota's. Well, they said they're gonna go, but
I mean, I'm just saying
they're gonna go watch it, and they probably don't want to go with me anyway.
Fair, but I will say this:
they've also just started summer classes for college, so I don't know if they're actually gonna do it. If they're gonna fall through like half their plans seem to.
Yeah, so I guess here's more of my thing. It's like if you want someone to go with you, there is a movie theater not far from here, so you could watch it there and just head home.
Well, I intended to go to Tupelo because I was gonna go get off of work, come home, shower, dress, go to Tupelo, and go by my stops, and then sit in Barnes and Noble and read a book until time to go watch the movie.
Oh, fair. Um, hmm. Okay, by the way, this quest name, if I'm just gonna go ahead and just both out myself in both age and terms and in terms of both age and I guess literature knowledge.
Come on, you got it. Come on.
Shut up. Anyway, so
You
the
couldn't make me if you tried.
yeah, true. Anyway, so this quest name, "The Bridge to Terabithia," is actually based off of I think, it's not a poem, it's a book.
Isn't it a book and a movie?
Yes, Bridge to Terabithia. Yes.
I watched the movie. I remember nothing about it, but I watched it.
Yeah. So here's the problem with this quest. I'm probably about to die. I'm pretty sure I'm about to die.
Die, 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 die.
Well, thanks for the encouragement as usual. Anyway, so here's the problem. It wants me to hunt a giant monster, and if you remember what I said last time, that's not great if you're a melee class.
No, you're screwed.
Am I still gonna try it? Yes.
I would have tried a lot sooner before getting a quest. I would
Well,
have just ran up to it and tried it anyway.
well, there are giants in every mob spawn, and I do mean every mob spawn.
Especially with you telling me not to, I'd be like, try and stop me.
Oh yeah, no, but then as soon as you,
It as an act of defiance.
no, but as soon as you died, I'd be like, all right, cool. How much GXP are you willing to lose before you understand that this ain't gonna work out well for you?
All of it.
Also, you don't start losing XP until like level 20 or 30. Also,
Oh, see, then it doesn't matter.
Also, hunting giants is only lucrative at level 60 or so. Let's see, you've got 39,000. Looks like somebody already tried to kill it. Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, I wasn't saying it wouldn't do that much, but that was like 100 health. 150. That hit kind of hard. I can't tell if you have 600 or 500.
Oh, my God. Why? Why do you have a bleeding debuff? Oh, good Lord!
Eh.
Ah, no.
Oh.
There it is. Damn.
That was an interesting screen effect.
So this game has
there was white triangles, then the red AoE zone, and then what I believe was an explosion.
Oh wow! I did lose the XP from that. Damn.
Well, good luck.
I'm not even gonna lie. As much as I'd like to actually do this, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well.
I should probably turn off my Bluetooth.
On your phone, probably.
Yeah.
So we're all.
See if it still works on my thing.
We're already. Here's what's funny. We're already a fourth of the way through with this, and I've already died once. We're off to a roaring start.
So, fun fact, it does, in fact, disconnect my controller from my system. Unless, I believe, I plug it up.
Cool.
Ooh, maybe not.
But it's just weird. I mean, I'm just glad that, we've kind of...
Oh, well, because I'm stupid, because my system's still off. It's not gonna... Yeah, okay.
Yep. So, I'm just gonna go get some levels instead, because there's no way I can fight that unless I had my RM with me, which I don't and will not use. I can't use for the stipulations of this video series, so I'm just gonna have to slowly run to my grinding area and let this be okay. Look, This is why I appreciate anybody that's willing to watch this series. I appreciate y'all because I can't imagine this is very fun. I'm literally doing nothing but auto running right now. That's it.
Be good background noise.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. You just listen.
true. Also,
Good noise and listen to two idiots talk and stumble over the words.
I was about to say speak for yourself, but I've been the one that's doing the stuttering today.
You're the problem today.
Boy, I'm just saying if we recorded later, this would be a whole different conversation.
Yeah, you would have energy and be conscious, and I would be the one stuttering and stumbling over everything because I'd be tired.
Me, I'm surprised you're not tired already, considering.
What time is it? Oh, yeah, no, it's 7:30. I mean, I'm not. I spoke too soon, is what I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
For context, he works a job where he has to be up at the crack of dawn, so he sleeps early.
I have to leave the house at 5:30 to be there by 6.
Yeah, so
And I work until 2:30.
I hate the fact that we just kind of assumed that I wasn't actually going to just jump on that, and we missed an opening that was there because I'm like, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
At
these
least I have a functioning car.
these are gonna kill me too. Oh no.
At least it's not like with Culver's where my car broke and I had to walk. I had to get up at 3 to leave the house by 3:50. But I got up at 3 to leave around 3:15, 3:30.
Oh, your bird boy hero's about to bite it. Oh god.
An
Oh.
hour and a half to get to work by 5. To work then until 3 in the afternoon.
Nope. This ain't worth it. This
Then
ain't.
walk home.
Yes, cool, great, great. Love that for you. I'm nope. 6% is not worth almost dying for this. I don't have the money to buy my healing supplies, so we're going to go and fight something. We
Do they have an axe hand?
Yes, and a hammer hand.
Man, that's cool.
I mean, quite frankly,
they're just holding a hammer. No, that is just a hammer hand. Cool.
I mean, technically speaking, anytime you walk close to one of these things, you should probably hear the Soviet national anthem. But I digress on that point. You get it? I'm like, you get it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
And then I just kind of yawn into the.
What's funny is I for some reason my brain was about to sit here and unironically go about to start singing "Oh Canada," and I'm like, wait, don't. That is not the Soviet national anthem. I don't. What's funny is I know it if I'd hear it, but I don't think I could tell you what it is off the top of my head.
I couldn't.
Also, I am gonna need some drops, otherwise this whole experience is going to be the worst.
Man, you're talking before about how the gym nights had like 7 URs.
Yes.
Do I need to count the number of URs you put into this deck that you made for me to make?
If you want a red eyes that's half decent, yes, I already understand. But I'm talking about that. A lot of that's not.
This is only a third red eyes, by the way. The rest of this is everything but red eyes.
Yes, because the thing is, that's what a deck requires to be competitive these days. A lot of the cards I put in there. So you can be a weenie if you want, but that's the only deck you're going to have that can actually properly fight anything that I create. I'm talking the Gen 9 engine, for as mediocre as it is, requires way too much, in my opinion.
I mean, when you look at the related card, there's only 4 URs. Brilliant Fusion. Oh, you're only allowed one of those, and I think the deck gives you one. I could be wrong.
No, it does not. I pulled it from a brain make words.
Nope.
I pulled it from a master pack, so I have that. But like, it's four of its fusions are URs.
It only 3 of them. Gem Knight, Lady Brilliant Diamond, Master Diamond, and Lady Rose Diamond. You have SRs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SR fusions.
Maybe.
1 SR Link.
Okay, so
3 spells.
I will say, still 4 is still too high.
2 effect monsters.
4 URs is still too high for a mediocre deck like Gem Knights, alright?
I'd still run it.
I'm just saying, you're welcome.
A lot of stuff you wouldn't like, though.
No. I'm just saying, for a deck I was not making to be serious, I'm not putting those resources into it. It's not a serious deck I was going to ever take into ranked. It's just, I wanted to do something with the Melodious cards, and I'm not about to spend... Oh, because the Melodious ones have 4 or 5 URs of their own. So, you see the problem? That's why I just subbed up the Gym Knights with the Albaz cards, which I already have because of that returner, or that code deck we both got. And it's like, okay, good. Fair enough. What's funny is you have the Albaz deck too. You just refuse to run it, you weenie.
Yeah.
Like, you actually have a deck that can compete with what I've got really effectively, actually, yes. And you just don't run it. And I'm just like, okay.
I sure don't.
No, because...
I don't wanna.
Yes, because you hate winning, and then you want to sit there and complain about the deck I made being way too resource intensive, and then you sit there... You're a very contrary person, you know that? More so than me.
It's not that I hate winning.
I know.
Like winning. I just like to have.
You make it sound like you can
win while having fun. I would prefer having fun to winning.
Have you actually played that deck before? You would actually find it rather fun. No, you have not.
Well, I have other things I want to run instead, so...
No, but don't you dare sit there and be like, "Oh, I like to have fun." You have not even played the deck. You're literally looking at, "Oh, it's got Mirror Jade. It is meta. It is not fun." It's like, dude, do you know how stupid it is? Like, that is the only good card in that deck. Yes, you can get it out relatively easily, but you have an out for it in 8 different ways if you're playing half of a decent player in ranked, and by that I mean half of a, somebody that's willing to dump their credit card into it. I'm just saying, you're knocking it before you try it, and that's where I'm just gonna sit there and stop you right there. And the only reason why I think about
eventually.
Yeah, and I want to get one thing straight. The only reason why I don't run like lower end stuff is because, I don't pay for the game, so I'm not going to be able to just, dump money into gyms if there's something I really want. It's going to take me like a week to grind for it, so like, I made the Melodious deck because I just thought it would be interesting, and it actually is. It's not a meta-defining engine. It's actually honestly rather bad. So the Albaz cards, including Mirror Jade, actually make it a little more viable, but it's still not something you would take into ranked and do any good with without having, like, 3 copies of Ash, Imperms out the wazoo, Solemn Judgments, blah, 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 blah. And yes, that deck does have a lot of those cards because it has to.
Yeah.
I mean, also, I would also say this. I would actually, like, record and do more stuff in, like, Master Duel, but there's no real reason to. Because anytime I ever upload one of those to the channel, it gets, like, like a dozen views, and then it just everybody forgets it exists.
Citadel Whale.
Which I mean, fair. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is not really that interesting to watch if you don't really care about it, and I'm not the type of
Yeah.
person that. It's actually no. I'm not even gonna say I care too much about winning. No, I just don't like. I don't want to have a deck that could a meta defining deck because I'm only gonna run like be able to run like 6 pieces of an engine, and then it's gonna be like, oh, here's 3 copies of Max C, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 called by the Graves. You know, oh god, look at all how 22 of my deck's cards have to all be meta cards because that's the only way anybody can play this game. Like, get real. Like, I like to have fun too. Like, I'm willing to be competitive, but I'm not willing to try that hard because that's not fun. I can't run what I want to.
Mm,
It's just I, unlike you, have a more competitive streak in me, and that's just true.
yeah.
Like, you're the type of person you genuinely would go into PvP for fun. I go into PvP wanting to win. That's how I have fun. That's why I don't do it.
Oh, you are wrong about how poison counters work, by the way.
How so?
I was right. It doesn't apply a poison counter to based on the monster's power. It does just add 1 counter per attack.
Oh! Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, I was still.
I mean, you were dead either way, but you were just wrong about how it applied.
Yeah, I don't know. I may have been able to draw the out in like 8 turns. I may have, but that would have been a big ask.
Yeah, you would have had to, if you don't have anything that would destroy the enchantment, or like an aura specific enchantment, you weren't.
Yeah, no, that was for Silk Cloak. I think that, if I remember correctly, either that card got banned or limited because of how broken it was.
I actually need to go look for an enchantment that would make an artifact indestructible and an artifact that makes enchantments indestructible, because there would be nothing you could do about it.
I mean,
They would all protect each other.
what's funny is that I still. They're all my cards.
I will go and buy these specific cards if I can find them, just so I can use it. Also, you know, five-headed dragon, right?
Yeah?
You know, there's a linked monster.
What?
It's five-headed linked dragon.
Why?
I don't know.
Who asked for that?
Let's see.
I'll tell you this for free. I didn't. Also, I love how I put in Dark Dragoon, right? Red Eyes Dark.
Yeah.
I've only managed to actually summon that thing once.
And here I am in my Red Eyes deck, summoning it almost every match because I miracle draw Red Eyes Fusion.
Well, yes, but you also have to you have to have a Dark Magician in that deck.
Yeah.
So what because here's the thing, you don't need Red Eyes for it. That's what I think is wild about Dark Dragoon. You do not need Red Eyes. You need Dark Magician.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because
it's a Red Eyes monster, Red Eyes Fusion works with it. So I can pull Magician from the deck and any any qualifying Red Eyes monster from the deck.
But you don't even need it. You can literally leave that. You could just put it into Dark Magician, the Dark Magician structure deck, and it works just fine.
Oh really?
Yes, because
because you can, yeah.
Because you've got the Eye of not the Dragon of Tiamesis or whatever the heck it's called. That actually works. You don't even need Red Eyes. So what's funny is the strongest Red Eyes fusion doesn't even need its own damn archetype.
Yeah.
That's so sad. It's so sad.
You said what? Vortex of Magic?
Yeah, Vortex of Magic. Yeah.
Contents. Oh. Huh. You mean, Magisel? Is
No, it's a
it
dragon.
fusion card?
No.
Oh, the Eye of Timaeus.
Oh, I said Timaeus, didn't I? Yeah.
I think we're trying to go for Tiamat.
No, I knew it was like Timeaus or something like that.
It's exactly that, actually, yes.
Yes, I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
It's Timaeus, Critias, and Hermos.
But yes, what's funny is you can have those two on the field, and it will allow you to summon Red Eyes Dragoon, which is wild.
Critias is fun.
Also, I love how I'm playing FlyFF and we're sitting here talking Yu-Gi-Oh! And
Yeah.
Magic.
That, I noticed that too.
But I mean, what are we gonna get from this series? Like, I'm like, because the thing is, when I was doing a solo thing, I didn't really have much to talk about, and it's like, I kind of have to fill the space. That's why I'm glad, when you're around as a co-host, because I could sit here and be like, so we're killing enough of these
Talk about random stuff.
No, hold on a second. It's like, hang on. Let me go ahead and just do a little example of how this would work. So, when I kill enough of these monsters and I hit level 16, I can equip one of these pieces of armor that I have for my character, right? Cool. Then I get 2 more skill points, which I can put into a skill if I so choose.
I mean, that's more of a playthrough. Well, maybe not. Not
Yes.
so much like a fun playthrough, but like a serious, like, play guide kind of playthrough.
Yes, but I haven't gained a level in half an hour, okay? Like, if there's somebody that's watching to this point and is genuinely entertained by this, I thank you and I'm sorry.
Again, this is probably more yep.
No, these are the most watched.
Noise.
These are the most watched videos on my channel. Nobody ever sticks around for the whole hour, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
based on what you've gathered, it's only about 30 seconds.
either that or about 2 to 3 minutes. But I'm not worried about that.
2 to 3 minutes is actually pretty good.
For an hour-long video, dude, that viewer retention is less than 5%.
Yes, but they're giving it 2 to 3 minutes to give it a chance. That's good.
Yeah,
we
but
have potential here.
What's funny is I would actually like to sort of create an intro for this, like my channel, but the person who I would actually I wouldn't say recruit to make it, but kind of ask their advice on how to work some programs that I would need to actually know how to use to do it. I can't even get them to get back to me on the first project I asked them about, so I ain't gonna worry about it right now. I'm just gonna worry about the content right now, and then the rest can come out in the wash.
Yeah, well, that's about what I would do whenever I'd actually get around to trying to do my own thing. I'm not gonna ask anybody. I'm just gonna try and figure it out.
I mean, you also have got me, and at this point, I'm basically your both tech advisor. Yeah, that'll be what'll happen. I'm already prepared for it.
We'll figure it out together. It'll be okay.
No. I have already figured it out, and I'll just be sitting there telling you how to do it in post.
Or, even better, like Ahmed Sayu. In the moment. Right there. Mid-recording.
Yeah, also, I forgot to turn this chat off the whole dang time. It's not like it matters. It's not like there's anybody around me to talk to, but it's just kind of funny. But
yeah.
What's funny though is I like how we've mentioned VTubers, and I can go ahead and tell you this. I know somewhat about all of a lot of these VTuber organizations and whatnot. Like, I've been following the Hololive saga as of late, the Kurosanchi saga as of late. Boy, that minefield has been interesting. I'm not getting into it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I feel so bad for those, for all of them, all of the talents from that organization. Genuinely. Well, not so much, not the ones that are a part of it. More like the ones who, you get what I mean. I don't need to explain further.
If I got into it, I probably, feel like if I can, I'll do like those 2D like JPEG things that they've started doing if I stream and just have that up.
See, I was thinking about that too.
Actually, like join anything though, I'd be an independent kind of thing.
Of course. Well, the thing is, I still have my camera and everything from when I used to stream back in the day. I just don't think I'm actually ever going to break it out again, at least not for a while. Because,
Yeah.
one, it's not important, and two, it's just kind of one of those things to where it's just like. I've learned, especially from my last stint, the less people that can find me IRL, the better after what happened that time. And if anybody makes it this far, I want to tell y'all a little story. I had a buddy of mine who I knew IRL that decided to sick all of his little buddies on me when I used to stream, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. Internet stalkers are infinitely more terrifying than physical ones for one very important reason. At least in my experience, there was not a moment anywhere I went, even trying to relax, where I wasn't getting harassed 24/7. And I do mean 24/7. It was truly horrifying. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. My heart goes out to anyone that has ever had to put up with that, with like that kind of behavior from anybody in any form at all. I don't want to remember it, but it was genuinely like it killed my love for streaming and made it to where I would rather be like nameless and faceless no matter what. I can't.
Doesn't want to talk about it is the one that brings it up.
No, it's not. I don't want to talk about it. It's more of like
I mean, remember it. I guess I should have specified better.
yeah, but it's one. My brain works like that. It's like if I think about something, I'm gonna hone in on it until I either get it out or just force myself to just not. Like I have to consciously force myself not to say something whenever I think about something like that. But yeah, no, I actually have a history with content creation. It's just not a pleasant one. And also not throwing I'm not this is not sitting here asking anyone for sympathy or whatever, but I also have my own family members who are trying to actively hunt me down. So the less that is known about me, the better in a public space. Like there's a reason I don't do social media. Seriously, you only have to have your parents send the cops to your front door once for a quote-unquote wellness check before you genuinely realize that, hey, maybe your family, maybe some parts of your family are genuine psychopaths. Anyway, look at the pretty colors.
I can't see this from here.
I'm sorry, that is the world's most god-awful segue. Hi, we're playing a game here!
Game where?
uh, I'm beating up scantily clad demonic cat girls right now. I know.
I'm having to look through a small phone screen. I can't even see. Damn.
Hold on, take a look. This doesn't have first.
Kind of cute.
What's funny is you want to know what the title you get for actually killing enough of them is?
Cat girls or monkey girls?
Both? They're called NyangNyangs, so I'm assuming cats.
Based on name, the tail looked kind of monkey-like, didn't it?
What's funny is though you said cute. That's
Maybe they just made it extra long.
Yeah, that's the title you get for actually killing enough of them. It's literally the word cute for a title.
Oh.
Am I actually going to go for that title on this, for this character? God, no. Because I've almost killed the 500 required for level 5. It's probably going to have me kill 1,200 of them. And I'm going to outlevel this long before then. I say that, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. I forgot how slow leveling is when you ain't got the superpowered buffs to help you.
Yeah.
And the problem is, what's up?
You better hope I never rebuild my Endymion deck.
You make it sound like I don't have a deck that can literally prevent you from playing the game.
Well, you remember how Endymion cards work, right? Or that it works around spell counters,
Yes.
and how easily it accumulates them.
Yes. And you have to make
I
it.
mean,
And I want.
and it got more support, so it's actually a lot better than it was.
Yes, but you have to understand that you still have to put them on the field, and you know how I play. That is not something you're often allowed to do.
It varies. But I just decided to, it just happened to look at and actually read one of the cards I put in here. Remove 10 spell counters from your field. Destroy all cards your opponent controls.
Not bad.
Considering how easily it gathers spell counters, it's actually really easy.
Oh yeah, but also my brain is kind of more focused on the whole, all you need is like one negate to pretty much nip that in the bud.
Because the other support, it is also like half pendulum monsters, so
Ew.
I can pendulum summon.
I know how to
A lot.
pendulum summon too. It's just.
Levels 3 to 7, and
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? You know what the melodious pendulums are? It's actually rather wild because it's easy to get them on the field.
yeah,
They're 1 to 9,
that's crazy.
right? I
That
was
means
like,
you can summon anything from 2 to 8.
yeah. And you know what's funny? When I've got the full Albaz lineup on hand, oh, I'm telling you, if you thought that deck was mean before, imagine when every single one of them comes out at the same time and going, "Hello, buddy." It's like, oh god. I would say this. I wouldn't mind doing a recording of like us just messing around in Master Duel, but like I'm not joking when I say this. You do need more decks to fight with if we're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. I found one actually that.
Yeah, but I mean like
Which one was it? It actually had a good bit already in there. Not Warrock. I just put that one together.
no, but I mean like you need to get the structure decks from solo mode so you can at least get some of the more generic support cards. Because they also have some.
Might.
Because you know how you know the a card one of my cards I like to use. How did die get here?
No and yes.
Basically, it's the one thing.
Continue as if it did.
Basically, you destroy a monster and you're allowed to pull a field spell out of your deck and also special summon one of 5 cards chosen randomly by your opponent.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, you get 3 of those from a solo mode gate, so you get some good cards there, even if they aren't part of a deck. So it's worth going through the trouble.
I could almost build my Endymion, or not my Endymion, my Felagrin deck. I'm missing 3 URs and 2 SRs. That's not bad.
Yeah, but again, like with your, I'm just saying you need to just buckle down and just start chipping away at solo mode.
I'll have you know, I did do solo mode a little bit. I say a little bit. I actually did several gates a few days ago.
Cool. And that was the only time you did them, right?
Technically the second.
I'm just saying, don't sit
See, I don't do it often, but when I do get into the solo mode, I do power through a good chunk of it.
Yeah, but don't puff out your chest and be like, "I'll have you know, I did 6 of them the other day," and there's like 100 of them.
I did more than 6. I did like at least like 12.
Ooh, wow, cool. Do you know that doesn't even make up one of the challenge mode gates? By the way, you really should do those.
Yeah, I know.
No. It actually gives you a lot of like really cool field stuff, field stuff like how your graveyard and banish one. It's the one thing that gives you magic hats, which I really like using. I just don't actually use it.
What deck was I looking at that was almost built?
I don't know.
No.
You're the person that will set up 1,001 things and just.
No. But yes, but no.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. That's why you have no deck slots, because you have 80 unfilled. I'm speaking in hyperbole, by the way, if anyone wants to call me out on that. You have, like, 80 some odd decks of just random stuff you throw together that's incomplete and you can't duel with, and you refuse to break down any of them to actually get a functioning deck on hand.
Yeah.
Like, let's not sit here and like lie to the good people. All of the two of them that make it this far. Um,
Two.
Shout
Keep
out.
your hopes kind of high there, for you.
Fuck off. Shout outs to you, by the way, if you get to this part of the video. Shout outs to you. I would say leave a comment, but I would not want to waste your time like that.
This is driving me crazy. I swear, I looked at one.
I mean, do I think I've got it in me to be a content creator? It's like, I think I could be somewhat entertaining in the right mindset. I'm not somebody that
Yeah.
could be entertaining by myself, because 90% of the time I'm just sitting here nervously just talking about nothing. Because if you watch the second episode, God, it's boring. And I'll admit as much. Because the only thing I'm talking about is the game and just random stuff that comes up in my mind. But I have to get used to it. Like, I have to get used to, once again, like I did 5 years ago, talking like I actually have 1,000 people watching when there ain't a soul here.
Yeah, that's why I need to get into it, because I'm constantly talking to myself about every little thing. If I even think somebody's watching, you know from experience, I don't shut the fuck up.
You just don't do that anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you're right. That's fair. I'm always talking to me, even at work, especially at work. I'm always talking to myself. I'm not always out loud. It's been most of my time in my head, but still, I don't shut the fuck up.
I realized something.
Yeah.
I could still technically,
Tactical?
tactical roll. That's something me and you need to play together.
Do a barrel roll.
I do want to play Star Fox 64 one day. What was I saying?
I don't know. You didn't finish it.
Oh, yeah, your plans for next week. I was gonna put like, I could still technically join you for those. We would just be getting there a lot later than intended.
Yeah, that's probably about the only reason I wouldn't, because I'd be so late. I'm gonna buy the ticket early. Since that is my plan, I was actually probably after this gonna go ahead and go on there and buy the ticket, so I know I've got a seat.
You make it sound like it's gonna be a sold out theater. It is not.
Don't imagine it will be, but on the off chance, the very off chance.
Also, you're gonna get back under the cover of darkness anyway, regardless.
Yeah, it'd be like 1 in the morning. That's why I'm taking the next day off. But I don't want to. It'll be 1 in the morning, leaving from there to get home. If I have to drop you off too, it'll be 3 in the morning. I'm good.
I mean, I understand why you're going to Tupelo, but my brain is just kind of like, at that point, just either sleep in the car or just don't come. Like, I know your headlights, man. Like, that's not a good.
Do not tempt me. I will sleep in my car.
I'm just saying, with your headlights the way they are and the way those back roads are getting back home, I would not try it. Because that scared the life out of me.
Sometimes the lights actually work fine. They have been lately anyway. They've been working pretty okay lately. I could not tell you why. I don't know what the difference is, but why are you in here if I guess just to have you in here?
What's funny is you would think he's randomly started talking to somebody else. No, he's still talking about his cards.
Huh?
You randomly saying that out of nowhere, it's like, I'm just letting people know who might be watching and be like, hey, no, he's not talking to somebody randomly. He's still talking about his cards. He just happened to jump ship off the conversation topic.
Yeah, I'm looking at
like you literally just had a moment of, ooh, a squirrel.
I figured out what deck it was. It was Felogrand, because I'm missing 3 URs and 3 SRs. That's all I'm missing for the expensive stuff.
Also, wait. I just realized something. Oh, hey, a random player. Also, you're sitting there saying, "Oh, the deck you built me." I'm like, yes, because you wanted me to build you a deck like I did your Red Eyes from when you played on PC. That was actually like,
Okay, but you didn't. You didn't have any of that in that deck.
yes, because here's the problem. I wanted to work with what you had, which was also half the Metal Raiders. Did you not notice that? That's one of the reasons why I built it the way I did, because it's like, well,
No, I meant the original one you built. You didn't actually use the Metal Raiders. It was all. It was
it wasn't in the game.
almost.
Because it
It
was.
was almost just the Red Eyes cards. I don't remember what you swapped. You know, you used only Red Eyes. You just took out some of the less powerful cards
Well,
and mixed some stuff up.
yes, but here's the problem. It's that the stuff that I added in that new deck wasn't in the game then. And you happen, for some reason, decided to pull, like, 30 packs of that for some unholy reason. I don't know why. I would have
You
just.
thought I only pulled 30?
I said like 30. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But no, please.
So much.
I don't know why, because all you had to
Yours.
do, was craft an SR or a UR for the Red Eyes, get access to the secret pack, and pull that, but you didn't.
Oh, wait, no, I know why. Hold on, let me double check before I say this. Never mind, I don't know why.
I already know what you weren't thinking. I'm going
Because
to.
it had new Red Eyes cards in it.
Yes, and your brain immediately went, ooh, squirrel.
It says shiny. I gotta have my things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. I respect anyone that's got passion for a hobby. This man's passionate hobby is something that is more of a money sink than me collecting video games, and I thought that is a hard thing to say out loud. Because
Yeah,
I own a.
just imagine if I got, or not if, but when I get the statues too.
Yeah. Anyway, let's explain it before we lose track of what the hobby is. I collect video games, and the most expensive thing in my collection to this day is a almost pristine copy of Xenosaga 3. It cost me, because I bought it during 2020, almost $300 to get it, and I also bought the strategy guide, so add another 75 on top of that.
Oh, you've actually got me beat.
Yeah, but also your little model kits overall for less games than I'm telling you this. I have a lot more for the same amount of money than you do. So 1,500, by the way. I have to kill another 1,000 of these to get the title. Dear God.
Damn.
Am I going to do it? No.
Because right now, the most expensive model kit I own, well, model kits, because there's several around the same price, like $80.
Yeah, but
There's still the one I want to get that's like 300. Actually, it's gone down. It's only like 280 now from like 350. So, depending on where you look, if you go to like Red Bay, or was it Amazon? Red Bay? eBay. It might have been Amazon, but someone had it listed for over $400.
Yeah, scalpers, my friend. Everybody hates them. What's fun?
Nah, we'll go and pick the 270 something option right over here, please.
Nah, what's funny is I think the tariffs got shot down in a federal court, but I'm sitting there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's like, man, if those things hit, that hobby's gonna get way more expensive for you real quick.
Actually, it depends on where it would depend on where I shopped, because like the website I've been using, USA Gundam Store, they actually weren't going to up the prices at all. They're working with who they're ordering from and shipping over, and the two companies are gonna cover the tariff prices so that the customers don't actually have any inflation.
What's funny is I know you meant to say tariffs, but I think you added an extra R there, and I thought I heard you say terrorist, and I'm like, what? I'm like, wait. I was about to say, wait, no. We're in 2025. We have a different kind of terror. It's more homegrown. I'm not getting political. That was a joke. If anyone has to hear that.
As the redheaded stepchild.
Exactly. Anyway, this is 2025, not 2001.
When was 9/11 again?
2001.
Eh,
I
I
was
was
9 years old.
I was 2.
Yeah, I actually. Here's the thing. You know when people ask, that whole thing. It's like, where were you on that day? I can tell you exactly where I was. I was in I think I was in one of the junior high classrooms at my school for I think it was when they because they had us do that weird reading class back then, which is stupid. Don't get me wrong, I got to read a lot of good books from it, like The Great Gatsby, The Giver, Holes. By the way, I think both the movie and the book to that are actually pretty good. Do I
Yeah, I like the movie.
do I think it's necessarily faithful to the book? No, but they're not bad. Like it's entertaining aside from that, and I feel like that's okay. Anyway, point being is I was in I think it was the math where I went to have math classes later on while I my later years at that school, and suddenly the teacher out of nowhere turned the TV on, and yeah, I caught the news broadcast. I'm like, and because I'm just sitting there going, because
You're nine
again,
years old watching planes crash into a tower because your teacher decided to watch the news mid-class.
well, yes, but I mean, like, like, cause that's a crazy event because the last time something like that happened was Pearl Harbor of that scale. Cause so I mean, like, it's something that would be memorable, and I'm not making light of it at all. That was a truly like horrific event, and I'm not even gonna sit here and like, I'm not making a joke. I'm just saying like for what it is, it was just like, yeah, of course I remember. I like that stuck in my mind because I was just, because I was also at 9 years old. I didn't really think much of it then because I was a kid and I didn't really comprehend anything back then. But thinking about it now, it's like, wow, yeah, okay, that was yeesh. You wouldn't even you weren't old enough to even remember, so it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, I was anywhere from here to Texas.
I was in fourth grade.
And I say that because I don't actually know when I lived in Texas. I just know I did at some point.
I've lived in Texas twice, Mahia, Texas, to be specific. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. In that I thought that town was a one horse town for a one horse town until I went to go spend a couple hours where you live. Dear God. That place at least has a Taco Bell and a Walmart.
We have a gas station, an equestrian park, a tennis court, and a playground.
What's funny though is you have a tennis court and not like any place somebody could go and buy groceries. That's just wild.
I mean, technically the gas station.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay prices that are quite frankly criminal. You don't even. What's funny? What's funny? If a gas
I mean,
station's prices get hiked, inflation's gotten that
terrible.
bad.
I mean, I'll say they're not terrible. It depends on what you're getting. Energy drinks are expensive, but like bread stuff usually isn't too bad.
I spend $1.19 or $1.25 for a loaf of bread from Walmart, so I'm pretty sure I would disagree.
I pay more than that at Dollar General.
Yeah,
That's the closest store I got.
yeah. Speaking of which, tomorrow's my grocery day, and oh boy. I'm not gonna get into talking about that, but oh, I need to. Something in my life needs to change real quick, or I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
It's not for a lack of trying, because I mean, technically speaking, I could get a call any day now from the most recent interview, and quite frankly, considering how many the revolving door I know that place to be, and the fact that I'm one of the few people that would be willing to stay to 3 or 4 in the morning for closing, I'm pretty sure I would have a better shot than most.
And you just jinxed yourself.
I mean, at this point, I've somehow gotten turned down for jobs that are a lot worse for arbitrary reasons, so it is what it is. Heck, I went to interview over there at Whataburger, and they were offering me literally 10 an hour for like 15 to 20 hours a week, and I even got turned down for that. So I'm just like, you're offering me peanuts, and somehow I, because again, I walked all the way up there for that freaking interview at the crack of dawn because they didn't have an interview in the afternoon where I could have actually, you know, properly planned a trip.
Yeah.
Little trivia lesson: I don't drive, but it's by choice. So yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, I don't drive, and it's by choice. But I've never let that hold me back. It's just people down here are insanely prejudiced against people who don't have a vehicle for some reason, and I will never
Because
comprehend
they
it.
want you to be able to be there as soon as they call you, and you can't do that.
Yeah, but that's stupid because it's like
I
also
mean, I agree,
I think
but
something that also doesn't work in my favor is the fact of it's like I always tell them the truth, and it's like I have other things going on in my life that require my attention, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this: when the you know what I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna keep going on heavy subjects because that's not the point of this series. But long story short, whenever the thing that I know is gonna happen goes down, I don't know what my schedule is gonna look like. I really don't. I have no way of
yeah,
knowing until it happens.
you get to deal with something my way for once.
Well, I mean, it's getting to the point where it's just like I can probably make it another month if I just go down there and donate plasma or something, which I might do that if it gets that bad. I'd rather not because I get queasy just thinking about it, but I can do it.
It was recommended I'd go do that, or no, not give plasma, but just blood in general, like every like 2 months to thin my blood down because it's so thick. I
Yeah.
haven't done it because I don't like donating my blood, but it was recommended that I do it for health reasons.
Screw saving lives. I mean, I
So
can't.
I think it's O negative, maybe O positive. I'm O. I know that much.
Man, rare blood type. Yeah, you probably.
I probably should, but I don't.
Well, considering what you told me yesterday, you probably want to do it for a different reason. I'm out of healing items. Great.
I don't remember what I told you yesterday.
You felt dizzy because your blood pressure spiked there, Chief.
Oh, yeah, I think that has to do with potential
And by the way, hold on.
problems in my head. Yeah.
Oh, there's a can of worms. So I want to go ahead and actually tell you that give the context of this story because I think it's funny. Because oh boy, howdy, were you not giving me 1,000 reasons?
I'm lost. Help.
Oh, me teaching you how emulators work.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a little stupid. It's okay. Well, I probably wouldn't have struggled so bad if I was on a computer because that's so much easier to navigate and work with.
Oh yes,
Those
also
are just ridiculous.
yes. So long story short, with this guy, we were playing Pokemon Unbound, and I'm just I realized how much I shot myself in the foot simply by talking about this. But anyway, harm's already done. So, long story short, brain make words. Um,
Nope.
it really just decided to go not happening, homie. Um, right. So, we were doing the Unbound Cloud thing, so we could do his
Trade.
yeah, so we could actually trade his our monsters from both of our copies of Pokemon Unbound and actually have them stick. Well, the emulator that he was using, basically it was loading a save state file instead of the save file. So yeah, it wasn't going to load his data, and literally because he doesn't really understand it like I do, as soon as I figured out because I have the same emulator he does. Once I figured out what was up, I immediately went, dude, the problem is this, and it is a very simple 1, 2, 3 fix.
I would have figured it out in significantly more time, but I would have figured it out eventually.
Yeah, but with his
It
tilt
would have taken me a week, but
and with
I
his
would have got it.
and with as tilted as you were getting, I wanted to fix that problem sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because I'm not
I'm
even gonna lie, you were getting frustrated more so than I normally do, and that is a statement.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I mean,
Um,
real talk. Uh, this is not a guy. It's hard to ruffle this dude's feathers, but when they get ruffled, by God, they get ruffled. I'm not wrong.
yeah, and I'm usually pretty scary when they do, so I try not to.
Uh, I don't think so, but that's because I'm somebody that everybody thinks I'm just gonna. I'm gonna just hit somebody with a steel chair when I get angry, so I'm used to it.
Yeah.
My thing is just more like,
People get scared of me because I'm not usually the scary person.
yeah,
I'm
you're
the calm, don't give a fuck kind of person that doesn't get bothered by anything. So when I'm actually bothered,
you would
they
be
don't know
more
how to handle it.
you would be more of the guy that somebody would expect that you're on something and you're just no, you're just like that.
I'm just naturally that chill.
And what's
I actually
funny?
have been accused. Look, when I was actually around people, everybody always thought I smoked.
No,
They thought I was like the smokiest guy they've ever met. But no, my eyes are just deep set and always purple. Is actually an inherited genetic thing. My dad's the same way.
you're just an oddball. Which is
Yeah,
funny though. Which is why I'm sitting there saying it's like, yeah, we should do something in like Master Duel or something, just because I think it would be funny just to see the huge like dynamic shift between us as people.
they could record the dice versus coin flip for me to win because for whatever reason, well,
The
I know what reason because you're flipping a coin, so of course it's not going to work because your luck
Well,
sucks.
no, but also the dice cards in Yu-Gi-Oh are just way more powerful than the coin flip will ever be.
Coin flip's mostly barrel dragon, which is always a flip to destroy.
And Time
Not
Wizard.
really. Yeah. yeah.
And it's like, cool, great, that love that for me. Also, hey, look, another human being.
You're
Level.
real.
Oh, they're level 9. Interesting. Oh god.
A suppression Pluto.
How did I
Plus
get
4.
poisoned? Not poisoned. Not poisoned. Uh, they inflicted bleeding,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
it inflicts a dot, but it also gives a different debuff. It affects your attack and casting speed, where poison affects your healing in this game.
If there is poison, is there a class that uses poison?
No, and I told you that before. Mobs have
Oh,
it, but it doesn't work like that in this game.
that's depressing.
Yeah, see, it's got attack speed -10 and casting speed -15 for bleeding damage. When has bleeding ever done that in another game? I could not tell you.
I don't know.
At higher levels, that is a death sentence, especially if you're an AoE class. Oh, when I say death sentence, that's not a joke.
Wait, how is it a game like this doesn't have player, like, usable poison?
Because this was back in the era where games like this were mostly just interactive chat rooms rather than actual fully fleshed out experiences, my guy.
Oh, yeah, you actually told me that too.
And that's what I'm saying. This game has existed since the early 2000s. Like you were in diapers, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sitting there trying to tell you. Like it's not. Well, what do you mean this game doesn't have usable poison? Of course it wouldn't. That's
I like poison a bit too much.
no. I get it. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. I get it. Wait. Yeah. It says that the item I need is up here. Is it a book? Okay. What? What? Hold on.
Huh.
Huh? Is it on the monsters? I don't. I the is usually good about like quest trackers.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, this recording has now gone an hour and 10 minutes. Crap! I need to wrap this up. Where's my book? Is it from the mobs? What the? I haven't done this in so long. Oh, these episodes keep getting longer and longer because I keep losing track of time.
Yeah, this would be easier if. Well.
Well, I don't have I don't have OBS open when I do this because I have this basically full screen. So I don't know how long the timer is until I actually like alt tab over and look at it. So I'm like, "Oh cool. you know.
Oh, that's what I was about to say though. Is that we could, if we get more into doing stuff like this, and we can get a words a semi consistent schedule, we could go for a longer time, and you could chop it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing from the get-go, but I also kind of like the idea of like recording and uploading in real time so it's not like a whole thing of it's like oh, you recorded this like a week ago like some YouTubers do, but when you're bigger, like a bigger channel, yeah, you kind of have to do it that way.
Do. Yeah.
Like,
that's probably just how I would start.
See, I couldn't do it like that because one, like, I can't. I've noticed whenever I ask people for like a favor or like, hey, let's plan something out, it's usually either at the 11th hour or they won't let me know until like I'm like, hey, it's time. Where are you? And then they're like, oh, something came up. Da 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 da. I'm like, you couldn't have told me this a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get this quest done in any short amount of time. So what I'm probably gonna do is just leave this to the. There it is. I knew all I had to do was say something. Yes.
Yes, playing your horrible luck.
No, all I had to do was let RNGesus know that I was giving up, and he's just like, I bet I'll show some mercy. It's like I hate you. Freaking RNGesus, you prick. Oh, the desire sensor is real, and don't let anyone else ever tell you that it's not.
And if you don't believe them, go play Monster Hunter for you.
Or go play anything, or any MMO.
Any old school Monster Hunter, actually. Like GU down.
Or just go play any MMO ever, especially this game. Just play this! Yes, literally play this game. Trust me, you could be looking for a piece of your gear set all day long and no shop's gonna have it because it didn't drop for them, or some stupid person that genuinely thinks people just have hundreds of millions to just drop on everything will try to sell it at a really exorbitant price, or my personal favorite, you're gonna actually try to farm it yourself and you will never find it even with the game's drop skills.
It's exorbitant, not exorbitant.
Is it exorbitant?
Yeah.
This is gonna be on the recording. I don't care. Oh. And I'm the writer. That's what makes this sad. I'm a published author, and Alrighty, cool. Well, my own stupidity aside, also, I like how I pulled up my search history for what I look at, what the things I look at on X, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. It showed up for just a brief second, but hey, it's there.
Maybe edit that part out.
Nah. Because here's the thing, I didn't actually like look it up, and if somebody wants an explanation for that, I'll literally put it as it's literally more than what it sounds like. Because I'll just go ahead and say it. It's just I like actually taking a look at some of the, because I play Final Fantasy 14, just not religiously, because once I hit the level cap, I have no reason to play that damn game. So I don't want to spend the money to play it if I'm not going to actually play it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I like looking at, uh, you know, the G posing community. Some spicy, some not, and that's what that pulled up in the search history was a mixture of some of that and some of it, yeah, spicy and not. I like the time and effort it really takes because not only do you have to get the like whatever mods that you use in the game to work, it actually is like a lot of time and energy that goes into that, more so than you would think because I used to know somebody that actively does it. I don't mod games. I don't unless I've either beaten it 100,000 times or if I really just well, actually no, Fallout New Vegas, just because that's the only way you can get it to play on a modern PC. Um, thank you, Bethesda. Um, nah, that's the only time I'll mod something. But no, I went ahead and explained the search history because I'm not really ashamed of it because it's like it is what it is. And also that's how I have to pick up this game or actually have to record this game because it's in a browser. It's a browser game, not an app game anymore. What I could have done is I can just open up another Firefox thing in the background, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm a man of simplicity and sheer laziness at times. Anyway, let me do the outro because now we're sitting on an hour and 16 minutes, which just means this is going to take even longer to upload than the last one. So, this was episode 3. This is I was trying to be a little more energetic, especially, with, my good old Hobby Drake co-host here. And yes, I'm going to put your in the description like I did the last time you were here because I do
Okay.
you're probably going to do your thing at some point.
Eventually, yeah.
I mean, I look forward to it because I just it means I can actually sit around and do nothing for a change.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny is we should have recorded when back with me and you were actually playing that freaking uh My Hero Academia Battle Royale. That was some comedy right there. Me just sitting here losing my mind at you.
It was sad. Is I can play like Fortnite and it worked out just fine, but for some reason in that one it just I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick story and then actually do the outro real quick. So I'll just give you an example of the kind of teammate this dude is, right? I'm literally told him, "Hey, it's me, you, and two randoms. Let's not split up or whatnot." The second I get into a firefight, he takes off to go join the other randoms of whatever they were doing, and I'm literally sitting there going, "Where the hell are you? I'm getting shot at." He was halfway across the map with the dude he literally can't communicate with because this man has the attention span of a goldfish.
Meanwhile, I play with like my sister and we're split up literally across map, but somehow still doing just fine.
That game also controlled like ass, though, let's be real.
It might be better now, assuming it hasn't died.
It, I haven't heard much about it, so let's just assume it has. But I mean, also let's be real. Like I had the same problem in Fortnite mainly because of the fact of I have no real love for a battle royale. FPS is not my genre. I've played them in the past. Like I've probably beaten every Call of Duty story mode that exists. Like
Except for the newest ones because you haven't bought them and probably won't because they're too expensive.
and well, no, it's not even that. More so than Activision Blizzard can go rot in a hole, and I'm not even joking. I have some strong feelings about that company. Uh, like I used to play World of Warcraft after a certain incident involving the straw that broke my back is I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The Blitzchung incident, and if you know, you know. But I'm just gonna give you the TLDR. Long story short, dude used his he won the tournament, and I think he said it was like free Tibet, free Taiwan. I forgot what it was. Don't I'm not quoting it, and I'm not going to look it up because it's not that important to what I'm talking about. Long story short, um they took both they took the title and his winnings away from him because he said that, and it's like, well, okay, but last I checked, was like, hey, no, it's like, hey, Activision Blizzard, literally show the world that you're not influenced by Chinese money. Tell us that you're not influenced by Chinese money. Like, honestly, because that's exactly why they did that. Because I think it's Tencent, the company that if you ever hear their name, just go ahead and understand that the moral integrity of whatever company that they're funding is pretty much gone at that stage. Um, Wait, look, I have no problem with it, but it's kind of like this. It's like, look, if you're gonna do scummy business practices and whatnot, that's fine. But it's like when these big name companies are all selling out to investors for exponential growth that will never be sustainable ever. Like the kind of growth that the investors are expecting is impossible. Like economically,
Yeah.
statistically, it's impossible. And that's social. I'm trying not to go into the social commentary, but it's kind of important. Long, but because it kind of draws back to the point. Long story short, I stopped supporting them after that. I stopped playing WoW. I stopped playing Overwatch. I haven't bought a Blizzard game since, and I'm not going to either. Like it's I just no. And also, I hate to say this, but like if I really wanted to play an MMO that I have to pay a monthly subscription for, I would just controversial hot take here. I would rather play the better game and play Final Fantasy 14 as opposed to WoW, and I'm not sorry for that hot take. You can complain to me all you want. Final Fantasy 14 is a better game. Looks better, plays better, ultimately is better, and I don't care who you are. I'm an ancient fossil. I was there when WoW was created. I hated it then, and I still don't like it now. I only played it because a buddy forced me to do it, and it's yeah. So, uh, that'll. You know what's funny? I think I should probably sprinkle these in somewhere, just like a random hot take like that, and just see what happens. Because I'm not gonna lie, that is a bold thing to say, especially in like if you're playing MMOs. Because oh my god, that's just straight up asking to just get yourself in hot water.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Like, I mean this, and I mean this. I'm not gonna be the type of channel, because I'm not this type of person. I'm not gonna pander to anybody. My opinions are my own. My views are my own. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna change who I am for what's popular." It's like I'm playing a game that's almost as old as my co-host. Actually, it probably is. Okay, let's be real. Actually, I looked it up. This game came out in I think 2004, so yeah, give or take. You were 5. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, this isn't something that's going to be breaking, YouTube records for a verified channel. Like, I'm going to play what I want, do what I want, say what I want, within guidelines, of course. But, like, I didn't say that whole Blizzard spiel to rile anybody up. It's more of, hey, that's how I feel about it. And you can't please everybody. I know that, you know that, half the world knows that.
Yeah.
Please tell me to shut up so I can do an outro, by the way. Good God.
I mean, the thing you already started and then tangented off of because we don't shut up.
Yes, also, I keep realizing that I need to, like, find a way to turn you down because I just noticed this entire time that you're coming through my microphone and my audio capture, and that's not... Oh, God. That's annoying, but, I'm not gonna redo a whole hour and a half, so...
Yeah.
My apologies. Probably need to learn how to edit, so I could probably change the volume levels. But anyway, that's future me's problem. This is just episode 3 done and dusted. So what we're gonna do next time is probably the same thing. Just level up and
DB's the announcer.
Shut up! Next time on Dragon Ball Z! Will our hero make it to level 18? Find out. I'm dumb. Sadly, that actually hurt my throat. I really cannot do a forced deep voice like that. It's like, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I. Oh, your favorite and probably only FlyFF fucking random recording master. I don't fucking. What do you want from me? I should write a script for these, but it wouldn't be nearly as entertaining from my perspective if I did. So take it as you will.
Yeah.
Anyway, episode 3 done. When we come back, more leveling. The most painfully slow grind you're ever gonna meet in your life, but you know, hopefully this podcast style, just fireside chat ass, head ass video series is it's up your alley. I don't know. Look, I'm just kind of trying to keep myself from losing motivation by actively recording this instead of just like doing a 1 or 2 off and then just losing all drive for it. So even if I don't necessarily feel up to it, like I wasn't necessarily feeling that up to it today. I was just kind of like, look, it's been 3 days, and what's funny is I said once a week, but that's still true. That way I give myself more than 3 days, but I'm uploading an episode of this once every 3 days from the looks of it. Am I going to keep that up? I don't know. It just depends on what happens. Again, I've got a lot going on. I've already talked about some of it, and you know, if
you're extending again.
Thank you. All right, cool. I ain't put any skill points in anything yet, but I ain't leveled up high enough to actually care. So legit, honestly, I might actually.
No.
No, this is about the game. I might actually put some skill points in so I don't have to worry about accuracy so much. So that's something to probably look forward to in the future. Now I'm talking about the game, so it's fine. But yes, the stat build's coming along nicely. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to do the 2-to-1 ratio on strength and dexterity up until I get this to around 50-ish. That way I have a decent accuracy to go off of, and I can still do the whole... I can still focus more on strength. Stamina, I don't really care about, and I'm not going to care about because it's not that important, especially with this shield skill right here. Because you get... I'm probably going to max this out. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to max out my weapon skills because you also get accuracy with these as well. And at level 30, I get a much better weapon. So it'll ease a lot of these problems. But
yeah,
we'll probably be on episode 10 or 15 by the time I get to there. So just strap in, folks. It's going to be a long series. That being said, if you, like I said last time, if you made it this far, thank you very much. You know, seeing people actually take an interest in these videos is the motivation that I need to keep recording them, because I do enjoy doing things like this, especially considering I'm just going to keep it real. I'm not the most confident person in the world in stuff like this. Like, my confidence comes in the things that I can do, like, not so much the things that I can say. So I'm trying to work on that. That's a part of the reason why I'm recording this. But genuinely, if you made it this far, thank you so much for your time and your undivided attention. I just hope you got some entertainment out of this, because, yeah. I ain't the best at this. So, that's it from me. When we come back next time, it'll just be more grinding and questing, and hopefully we'll be able to actually take down the Lord Dimian without getting bodied like last time. That's the goal. That'll probably be my goal next episode, is try to actually complete the Bridge to Terror Mythia quest. We shall see. Any last words, Hobby Drake Boyle?
No, I got nothing.
And that's going to be what they write on your tombstone. Anyway.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to say like and subscribe. Do it if you want. If you don't, I'm not going to be offended. This is still very rough around the edges. So if you like what you see, feel free to do it. I would just rather say it than not because I don't know. Why not? Getting hurt. But if you do, great. If you don't, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But have yourselves a good day. I'm out of here, and I will see y'all next time. Any? That's the energy levels we're signing off with.
I'm tired.
Alright, yeah, that's the energy levels we're signing off with. See ya.